Let us begin from the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, where over 400 households have been rendered homeless after last week Friday's fire at Nyalukemba neighborhood, Ibanda municipality in Bukavu city. Senior government persons in the area on Saturday paid a comfort visit to the now displaced and homeless persons, the victims of the fire. Now, this is not the first time that the houses in the region is experiencing fires.
That's right, Jerry. Unfortunately, the fire that broke out in Bukavu last week is not an isolated case. This is the third on the Irambo Avenue since the beginning of the year. And this situation outrages the residents, who also deplore the difficult construction of their neighborhoods and homes. We speak about this to Crispin Kachale, member of the civil society in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Good morning, Mr. Kachale. What is the current situation on the ground?
À l'heure actuelle, Monsieur Crispin.
La situation sur place est catastrophique.
The situation on the ground is catastrophic on three levels. That is, first of all, in terms of responsibility. Where is the responsibility for this action? Who is responsible for this in terms of care, both by the state and by the disaster victims themselves? We must know that in total there are 289 households. That is the figure given by the town hall. And that gives a total population of 2,590 people. And note that there are 570 parents. And what does this mean? This means that the responsibilities are enormous, and the situation in Bukavu today really affects the whole city. And when I talk about responsibility, I mean the site on which these houses were built was a swamp, which means that it was difficult to even build the houses using durable materials. The houses that were built on this site were wooden houses, so it was a popular neighborhood, as I can see, without real development, without urbanization, inaccessible by vehicles. The situation today is catastrophic. There are enormous needs, and the population is crying.
La situation est aujourd'hui catastrophique. Il y a des besoins énormes et la population est en pleurs.
And have any special arrangements been made in view of what you have described, Mr. Kachale?
Au vu de ce que vous décrivez sur place.
I have to say that the City Hall has identified a number of needs. The only thing the Town Hall could do was show the needs that are there. The first need, they spoke of shelters, they spoke of food for the affected population, they spoke of the canal. As I told you, it is in a swamp. So this canal is the provision of school supplies to children, because the children are scattered all over today. I must also say that there are schools on that site that burned down. I must say that their health needs, therefore medical care is needed. This site had no water because in the whole city of Bukavu there is a water problem. There is a serious electricity problem, even though it rains all year long. And as you know, we do not have social services like in Europe or elsewhere, because when we are elsewhere, there are social services that could take care of at least the most vulnerable disaster victims. But here, there are none. So every person is destined to find a brother here, a brother there, and the one who doesn't just sleeps under the stars. And the authorities have called for national solidarity. Is this aid coming, Mr. Kachale?
No,
help isn't coming. There are some politicians who promise that they will give 10 tons, 5 tons of this, but who do nothing at all. And even if they did, we don't think that's the solution. The solution would be to go even further. That is to say, to rethink what is the responsibility of the one who caused this fire. 20 years ago, I was mayor of the town of Ibanda, and I could not accept at that time that we were building on that site because it was an inappropriate site for building houses. And there were necessaries to replant, reforest the city. And today there are houses. Who is the authority that authorized the construction on that site? We have to go back up the stage. We have to show the state's responsibility. And the state, even if it shouts, it does nothing at all. Have you heard a single speech from the Prime Minister who was around, who said a word on this site? Nothing at all. The authorities on the spot are calling for solidarity, of course, but in the meantime, we have a government that should also deal with this issue. And we know that spontaneous neighborhoods are constructed every day without warning. Should people who are already settled there be automatically evacuated?
Faut-il tous les déguerpir sans crier gare automatiquement et en fait délocaliser les personnes qui sont installées?
Je pense que la population devrait bien sanctionner.
I think the population should be sanctioned because there is no urbanization plan. What is the political project today? That means you can go where you want, settle where you want, without any plan. We recently learned that there have been places taken here in Bukavu, in the vicinity of Mombero, on a space we call the president's space, the current president. We made people to go away. If we got people out, it means that they want to do something in urbanization to a different extent, but quite simply, it is to punish the population because they are left at the mercy of everyone. If our own authorities can punish a population and there is still fire wiping out that population, whose population will it belong to? I believe that it is also the responsibility of this population to choose the leaders they themselves will want, to choose their own leaders.